Here with Super Bowl champion Lane Johnson at the 7th annual OL Masterminds. We're in Frisco, Texas. I'm really impressed. Not just because there's like a huge truck behind you that I think you could like flip over if I asked you to, but what's behind us? There's film study, there's training, there's massages, and it really feels like you guys are trying to further the position more than ever.
Yeah, most definitely. So this will help. Cheers. We started 7 years ago with about 20 in just a single classroom, and then over the years, word spread. We've gotten great guests, future Hall of Famers, current Hall of Famers coming here, share the wisdom. A lot of the college kids are coming in now, so future first-round draft picks are coming every year, and really just been a great couple days of brotherhood. Talk the position, talk training, talk lifestyle. We're all doing the same thing. So a lot of wisdom though in a couple of days. So it's been very nice.
How do you relate to the youngest cats that are around as the OG that you now are?
Yeah, I think when I was coming in, I didn't have this. So, I was a skill position player my whole life. I played 2 years O-line in college. So when I was coming in, I didn't really have any clue of who was who, who were the OGs of the game. So I think now it's just offering them just a lot of great insight maybe I didn't have. But, word spread, I feel like really organically, we do promote a little bit, but really it's just word spread and coaches come and really I feel like every player can find a similar player for style-wise, and they can relate and really grow.
As far as a sense of community, like a lot of the position groups do this. They come and they hang out, iron sharpens iron, all of that. How would you sort of describe the community of offensive linemen?
It's a tight brotherhood. It's a unique position. We're not scoring any touchdowns. We're not making any passes.
Sometimes you do.
Sometimes, yeah, very rarely, when Coach likes to call it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we're just in a complete position of servitude. We're all doing the same thing. And for us, I think we can really learn a lot from each other. There's players that I idolized growing up and wanted to learn from, and now these players are getting guys in the room and can really gain a whole lot. And I think the timing's really good, especially right before training camp.
Is this your 12th season?
12th season. Yeah,
Lane, when I say that, like, where does your head go?
In my mind, I feel 27, but, I'm the old guy. I'm 34 now. So, just a new breed of kids coming in, but we have a great O-line room, great brotherhood. I'm very excited about, my latter half of my career, so I'm cherishing the moments. Going to miss some guys. Going to miss Fletch and Kelce. Still have BG with us, but just savoring my time and ready for the season.
What is the hole that those two leave? If you were to name that hole,
huge. You can't really replace guys that have played at that level for that long. I think the best thing we can do, we have great talent, and I want those guys to be themselves. They don't have to be Jason Kelce. They don't have to be Fletcher Cox. But if you can learn a thing or two by how they led, how they played, we'll be better for it. But, great nucleus. We got Saquon on the team now. I don't know if you heard. So, yeah, just really a wild offseason.
Do you feel like your role, which I imagine has changed over years, but you are who you are, does your role on that team have to change a little now that those two are gone? What evolves for you?
Yeah, I've been vocal when I needed to. I think I could become more vocal, but for me, it's all about actions. I think when guys see you working and doing your job or playing at a high level, that can speak a lot more than maybe words can. So, but for me, it's all about giving maximal effort, having fun when we're in the classroom and on the field, and expect to be a good team. So
you got BG. Let him be the vocal one.
Yeah, I'll let BG do the talking.
Can he talk more than he does? I don't know. We'll see.
No, he you can't beat him, but. Yeah, I might break him out before the tunnel every now and then.
How do you make Cam not feel the pressure of it like he could in filling shoes like that?
For me, when I was coming in, I had Jason Peters. Luckily, I got to play a right tackle, but I think the pressure was on. But for him, he's his own player. I think Kelce did a great job. He had a lot of input of us drafting Cam, but Cam's his own guy. Cam's very strong, very talented. There's a few clips when he played center as rookie year, you saw kind of some of the stuff he can do, which is truly unique. So, he had a good year at guard last year, filled in for us, and he's going to be right at home at center. So he doesn't have to be Jason Kelce, be Cam Jurgens, and we'll be just fine.
Jason Kelce, the media sensation. Are you surprised?
Not surprised. I've seen the talent for a long time. It was just a matter of time until we got him a podcast going and let it take off like it did.
But now he's got Swifties after him. He's got it's a whole world for him.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of in the back in the passenger seat watching the whole thing take off. I was like, well, Travis dating Taylor, huh? Well, that's going to be pretty good.
How does that happen in the locker room? You're like, is this real?
Yeah, I mean, really. It's like we're kind of the TMZ of the locker room. The rest of the O-line guys, we're trying to validate questions in there.
I feel like Jason Kelce should coach, though.
Most definitely. He was in the building maybe more than a lot of the players this offseason.
Hold on. Jason Kelce retires, and you're telling me he was in the building more than you?
Yeah.
What? Doing what?
He was in there lifting. He would be stretching. He would be talking. I think he was just kind of seeking advice from people and opinions kind of about his future. But he was in the building a lot.
How hard is it going to be for him?
It's going to be tough, but I think he'll be in the building at least once or twice a week. Selleck's kind of already doing that. Connor's in the building, so I expect him to be in the building.
Does Kelce still have does he have real estate in the building where he can put his stuff down?
Yes, I think he has. I think he has a locker in the coach's locker room now.
I don't know. Excuse me, Jason Kelce, coach.
Well, they better watch out because this guy had more packages at his locker. You couldn't even get to his locker. It was just boxes. I mean, he kind of created like a little fort during the year. You couldn't get back. You couldn't get back to the back of the locker room. So watch out, coach's locker room.
You know what? This whole time I've thought about how it's going to be for you guys losing him, but I haven't really given enough thought to what it's going to be like for him to have to separate from you.
Yeah, it's like I said, he's only
trying to make you cry, Lane.
Yeah, it's going to be weird not seeing him there. But like I said, he's only be working a few days of the week, so I expect him to be in the building at least twice a week. Has
this offseason been unique for you? You've done a lot of them over 10. You've 12th year now. You've won a Super Bowl. You know what that feels like. And last year, something happened, right? Something went wrong. Is this one of those get me back on the field as soon as I possibly can to, like, right those wrongs sort of vibe?
Yeah, it's exactly how we're feeling. Even when we were 10-1, those games were a lot closer than they needed to be. Felt like we left a lot of points on the board, but just collectively it was frustrating. I felt like the effort was there, but obviously how we were playing wasn't up to standards. But, yeah, when you have an off-season like that and the season ends the way it does, there is a lot of chatter. There is a lot of noise, but rightfully so. I mean, we feel that too. And moving in, we made a lot of adjustments in the off-season, new players, guys in the draft, and so – yeah, we're just bottled up right now. We can't wait to get on the field. Do you feel like
we were missing pieces? Like, I feel like it's very weird to me that, like, when a team has struggles or anything, like you know why? Why is it such a question mark with what happened with the Eagles?
It was a question mark because we couldn't respond to it. We had the questions, after a few losses in a row. Can we get back on track? Gave empty promises. Obviously, we didn't deliver. So I think, like I said, the effort was there. It just felt frustrating when we got on the field. It totally fell apart, and so collectively we're all in it together, but it was more frustrating than anything, just because Kelce's last year, Fletcher's last year. I would love to end on a better note than that.
I know that you're confident in this year. I've heard you speak about what this season is going to be when you guys do get back in the building together and the moments you've already had in the building together. What gives you that confidence?
I think when you look at your roster in the spring, you can tell what type of talent level you have, what type of ability you might have. So the eyeball test is there, and there's certain seasons when you have a loaded roster. So this is one of those years, and obviously the great thing about the NFL, you got to go prove it every week. So we're eager to do that, but just from my experience, we have a blend of older guys, a good young nucleus, hungry, and that's what you need. So really high energy in the building.
I haven't heard much about Jalen. I haven't seen him out. You're seeing Joe Burrow walking in these fashion shows. You're seeing Aaron Rodgers is in Tahoe doing all of this. What's the communication level between you and him in the offseason?
We're usually sending pictures or videos of us in the weight room early in the morning.
Really?
So, a lot of that. I know he spent a lot of time with the receivers, new guys in, and so I think he's been doing that the past month. So.
Has he been to the barn?
Quietly, yeah.
He has?
So even when I'm not there, I mean, he's always got a key to get in. So he's just
Jalen Hurts has a key to your home.
Newsflash: there is no key. It's kind of open, but he has an open invitation.
Only, if you're Lane Johnson, you don't need you don't need a dog. You don't need a security system. You don't need anything. You're Lane Johnson. No one's going to test you.
But no, I just think with how he works, he speaks volumes, and so he's working quietly and getting ready.
Is this Super Bowl team?
We'll see. My goal is to get the playoffs first and take it from there. But as far as talent-wise, it's one of the more talented rosters that I've been on.
Let's leave it at what fulfills you right now. You've been to the mountaintop.
Yeah.
You've had a hell of a career. No one's going to question that. What fulfills you the most right now?
Being in the O-line room with my guys. I got guys, Landon, Jordan, Cam. We laugh all the time. I was the only child, so those are my brothers. And so I just like, as tough as football is, we're having a good time, laughing, tons of fun. We got a lot of goofy personalities in the room, so there's never a light day. Our coach is very animated, Jeff Stoutland, with his teaching approach. So every day is comedy.
And what is the most exciting part of OL Masterminds that you were the most revved up for this time around?
Just getting new guys in. David Dill, we're getting Steve back. I don't know if anybody's more excited than Baldy.
David Dill, we love a Baldy.
Yeah,
let's do it.
We're starting at 11, but I think he was here about 4:45 this morning, just getting ready. But you just see guys that have obviously played together for a number of years in the NFL. Just come, it's like a family reunion. So that's how we.
And how many days is it? Just the one day?
Today and tomorrow.
Today and tomorrow. What do you think the food bill is for the 2 days?
Ooh, we got to ask Brian Bratke.
I think it's a good question. What is the food? What is the total of the food bill?
Yeah, it's not going to be
over these 2 days.
It's not going to be little.
Here's my last question. It's like jelly beans in a jar. How many O-linemen would it take to move this car? To move it to the other side of the other car.
Well, if it's in park, it's not going to go very far. You put it in neutral. I'd say about maybe 2.
You think you and who could lift this car? And
I bet Olin Cruz could help. I don't know where he's at, but I bet he might be able to do it alone.
That is unbelievable. Lane, good luck this year.
Thank you.
Seem like you're in a really good place. Thanks for having us. It's very amazing to be here.
Thank you.